Does trimming armor with any ores make the armor better or give it higher stats? The answer to this is no. Trimming armor is purely a cosmetic feature. Even the obvious idea of gold trim armor preventing piglins from attacking you is something they've decided not to pursue. Why is this the reason? Well, as you can see, Cameron Thomas, who is a senior community manager for Minecraft, says that they want to hear the feedback, and a lot of other Minecraft devs have tweeted this exact same feedback thread, and the idea is to get as much feedback from the community about what they should do here, and so they're going to consider some of these popular ideas. If you're curious about what those ideas are, the most common and also most popular one seems to be we need this for horse armor as well, and that is a really fun idea. This is what trimmed horse armor would look like, and I think if we're trying to add more customization, why not a little bit more horse customization too? There's also a fair few suggestions saying this should work on the elytra or it should work on shields, and I think those are also great ideas, but I think ultimately you could argue any item would be better if you could trim it yourself, but in reality, 90% of players are never going to trim any armor because it is quite an expensive process, and so an even greater proportion of players are never going to trim their horse armor or their shields or anything like that. As much as I would like to see more customization, I think the biggest one would be the tools, but it's not in there at all. There is a suggestion saying that the netherite armor set with a gold trim could prevent piglins from getting angry, but here's the problem I see with that. You can see that one of the most common types of trim people have been using is this gold trimmed netherite armor. It looks really, really good by itself, and so if you make it objectively better than other trims, why would you ever trim your armor in anything but gold? You'd always have to have a piece of that, and then it defeats the point of gold being more valuable. Mojang are actively trying to encourage you to use different pieces of armor, which actually kind of leads us nicely into the next question, because it's going to be so hard to get netherite now, and beyond the end, it sounds like this is a complaint, and I've heard this from a lot of people, but this is actually intentional. If you go to the changelog from this week's snapshot, you can see that netherite equipment change was made for a variety of reasons, but two they specifically mention are increase the time that players utilize diamond equipment before netherite, and also it makes netherite equipment a more significant achievement in the game's progression. They are making netherite harder to get so that you will use diamond for longer and you'll appreciate netherite more once you get there. Right now, the diamond gear tier doesn't last for very long, and this is something they are actively fixing, and it's weird because it's rare that Minecraft makes such a big nerf, but it is quite a big one. However, the real concern is from Abectron over here, because he says, I love the new way armor works, but it will be impossible to get netherite gear in a world with a bunch of your friends. The upgrade template is rare enough, but in a world with 7 other people, and then the comment seems to stop there, but it's a valid point that, yeah, getting these netherite upgrade templates is going to be really hard on multiplayer servers because they can only spawn so often. Having that happen with armor trims is a really cool way to make certain trims really, really rare, because once they're gone, they're gone. However, because netherite upgrades should be a part of the progression for most people, I imagine they should add some form of crafting recipe or some way to get it from scratch using maybe a ancient debris nugget, because otherwise once you play a multiplayer server for long enough, netherite gear becomes something that was only crafted way back when and can't be obtained anymore. Is that a good thing? Honestly, it's not that much more powerful than diamonds, so that might be their intention, but I imagine like most things, Minecraft is mostly focused on the single player game because most multiplayer servers aren't 100,000 people or even, 50 people. They're actually just 2 or 3 people playing together, where it actually wouldn't be a big deal. Speaking of not a big deal, this is great because now I hope they make iron armor to craft, because right now leather is super useless because of how easy iron armor is to make. Here's my take on that same complaint a lot of people have raised. People say that iron armor is the only way to go and therefore leather armor is worthless, and it is totally true that iron armor is easier to craft than leather armor for an early game player, which is ridiculous to say, but I mean kind of proves some interesting point there. However, I think they should do they should make the tier progression more interesting, not by making iron armor harder to craft, but instead by making leather armor more useful. Right now, leather armor is just worse iron that can be dyed rather than trimmed. What if, and also can protect you from snowier snow, what if it had more uses though? I like the idea of a chest plate when it's made from leather, giving you a little quiver that is built in, the light armor version of something. Treating it as light armor, which gives it certain benefits and protections from certain things, would be really cool. You'd have certain enchantments that are exclusive to leather, and you could make a leather set of gear a trade-off, i.e. you get less armor protection, but you get certain other benefits, in the same way that people wear an elytra right now, because you get the ability to fly, but you don't get to be protected. If you make leather armor good enough, then the question doesn't become, oh yeah, should we get leather first and then upgrade to iron, or just go straight to iron? The question becomes, do we want the benefits of leather, or do we want the benefits of iron? Ideally, you'd want the benefits of both, and you'd have to decide, because when you're making interesting gameplay decisions, that's when a game is a good one, in my opinion. Speaking of good gameplay decisions, Aruno asks this question on my not tried Minecraft Dungeons and he hated it video, which is a real thing by the way, but that Minecraft Legends will be better hopefully, smiley face, and I like the optimism. More YouTube comments should say something optimistic rather than just, you know, generically pessimistic and lame. You can see this got 0 likes, but I like your comment. But the key point here is, will Minecraft Legends be better than Minecraft Dungeons? And here's the fun thing, we actually got a gameplay trailer of it this week, and I'm still so torn and I'm not really sure what I think. The key information from this, by the way, is the fact that it does have a release date now. Minecraft Legends is releasing April 18th, 2023. I will be playing it when it comes out, or if there's a way to play it before it comes out, I'll be playing it then too, and I really don't know if this is going to be great or not. I look at the trailer and I go, man, this looks like such an interesting game, but the gameplay doesn't hook me in immediately. I think it is one of those, you know, it's a genre I really like. I like the idea of strategy games. I really think that, you know, combine that with a Minecraft universe I already know and love, you should have a winner, but I look at it and I'm like, I'm still on the edge, and that's weird for a game to be 3 months out and for me to not know for sure, but ultimately that could be a good sign. And yeah, I want to know your thoughts about Minecraft Legends in the comments, because again, I'm going to be playing it. I think a lot of people will be playing it, but the ultimate test is how many people who pick it up because it's Minecraft actually play more of it, or is it just a attempt to sell some stuff? They are going to have some amount of DLC, they are going to have some late game support for this, but how well will that go? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Speaking of waiting and seeing, Some11 asks, wait, so this whole time you people couldn't crouch under slabs? This whole time? And what do you mean, you people? I think you'll find the term Bedrock community is the correct way to refer to us. However, yes, on Bedrock, you have not been able to crouch under slabs, and it's weird because they added that to Java in 1.14, but it still looks so weird to me when I see people doing it. When I crouch under slabs in the 1.20 betas, it's like, oh, this doesn't feel correct to me. Like, what? I mean, I guess it makes sense that when you crouch, you should go down in player height, but Minecraft has been playing around the player height for quite some time. It used to be 2 full blocks, then it became 1.8, then it kind of went up, then down. Now it's 1.5 when you crouch, but also you can crawl, but crawling isn't an intentional gameplay feature. Minecraft is filled with these weird inconsistencies, and, you know, anyway, with that said, the next question here is from Techno Knight saying, did Mojang just save the update? I want to respect, because, you know, the armor trimming this week has been the most hype I've seen for a Minecraft feature in genuinely over a year, and that says something interesting about the way that they announced it, because people have been saying, yeah, we want to hear about more Minecraft features, but then actually they're bummed out that things like Fireflies aren't coming, so they're missing the excitement behind things like the Warden, because it was announced so long ago, and so they're trying to instead announce things closer to when they're coming out. In the case of the armor trimming, they announced it literally 30 minutes before there was a playable snapshot, and the fact that it came out of nowhere excited people so much. People were expecting the sniffer, and that is still coming somewhere, I guess we can expect, but instead we got the armor trimming, and that was, whoa, crazy. I've always been a believer that Mojang should have bigger announcements, not smaller ones, but I think that this is proving me wrong. I think this is hard to admit, but clearly Mojang as a studio have gotten it right if the community reaction is like this. I think that if they just don't announce things until the very last second, people are shocked and surprised and pleasantly excited about what's coming, whereas if everything is announced in advance, people go, yep, this is a thing we knew about, this is that. Like, you know, if armor trimming had been announced at Minecraft Live this year, people would go, okay, it's finally in the game, it looks kind of nice, it's fun to play around with, but people are going crazy over this. We've got comments saying Mojang saved the update with this sole feature, and what we know is there are more features coming that connect the rest of 1.20 together, and that is exciting that we don't even know what they are, but we know they actually might be coming. Mojang has for the first time under-promised and over-delivered, and that is exciting. Will they continue? Let's really hope so. Speaking of really hope so, Malolo asks, who was going to tell you a week ago that you'd be so hyped to finding jungle temples? And it's true. So this is, I've been doing a little bit of a series where I'm getting all of the armor trims in survival. I'm playing a purely nomadic game of Minecraft. I'm not settling down anywhere. I'm just, you know, like kind of rolling through the game. It's been a lot of fun playing Java Edition that way. I'm learning a lot of things, and I've only died about a dozen times so far, so it's going great. But yeah, finding a jungle temple was amazing because I got the jungle armor trim. Every single structure has a new reason to find it, and I actually absolutely love that. Minecraft as an exploration game is going huge. Speaking of things that are going huge, Cray Shamos says, one thing that bugs me, so this is from my video where I went to the Irish border to beat Minecraft in 2 countries at the same time, and one thing that bugs me is that the UK uses metric measurements even though they still use miles instead of kilometers. In the UK, we really, you know, we claim to be metric sometimes, but we use a weird mishmash of both systems, so most people weigh themselves in stone, not pounds, well, the sort of pounds as well, but in stone, and so I don't weigh 78 kilograms or 172 pounds. I weigh, I don't know, like 14 stone maybe. And also, I probably live about 20 kilometers from Heathrow, but I actually live more like 12 miles is how people might say it. And it is very, very odd. The one benefit I have to say, as someone who drives a lot in the United States, is you know, like when I go to any other country in the world besides the US, I have to like work out how the speed works. Like, okay, 130, is that fast? Is 60 slow? I don't even know. I have to like convert the measurements. But going to the US, which is where the country where you have to drive if you want to go anywhere, it's very, very handy to be able to know the miles off the back of my hand. And so I guess that's the one use to it. Speaking of the one use, Frozen Concrete asks, how long have I been subbed to you? And they've been publicly subscribed to me for 5 years. I just wanted to give some credit where it's due. Congratulations, Frozen Concrete, the longest subscribed person I saw commenting on last week's Q&A Saturday. It is truly incredible that the channel's been going for long enough that 5 years is a possible amount of time for people to be subscribed and still be active on. I mean, I've been making Minecraft videos for over 10 years now. I've been making gaming videos for 14 years, which is insane to say. I sound like an old man. I'm in my 20s though. Like I've been making YouTube videos for over half my life, which is weird when you say it that way. Yeah, this comment was a reminder of not only my mortality, but also my appreciation for people who have been subscribed for so long and who have been here through the journey from console edition into the weird Better Together, into Bedrock, and into this weird space that we occupy now. Thank you for those of you who enjoy these videos. I appreciate you a lot. Speaking of things I appreciate a lot, I got some comments this week. Also, something I don't appreciate is that you shouldn't wear green when you're on a green screen background. You appreciate Harrison for managing not to key out my t-shirt here. By the way, I got this shirt from my favorite American state. I had to drive all the way out to Kentucky to get it, but it's my favorite place to go. It's a beautiful state. Would recommend visiting sometime. Speaking of places, you know, like that I would recommend, comments I got this week. I want to show you this one. It's hard to believe this isn't a mod. This looks like a mod. Wow. I absolutely hate people that say new updates looks like mods, but this looks like a mod. Is this a mod? This just seems like a mod, to be honest. I feel it will do more bad than good. Okay, yeah, that's all the comments I got saying this was a mod. Except no, this feels like a mod. Is it one of those April Fool's things? This seems like a mod. Wow. Is it bad that I thought he was trolling and this was a mod? I got so many comments genuinely thinking that I made a mod video because so many YouTubers have been making videos pretending they're updates now. We've had such a drought of new update content that now YouTubers are just making it up, it seems. But yeah, this is not a mod, right? Cute animal compilations. All of those comments, people saying it's a mod. It's interesting because this is the most mod-feeling feature, even to me personally. Every new Minecraft feature, when it comes out, feels like it's a mod because it's not what you're used to. It's not what you're expecting. However, this is the one that feels the most, like, weird and out there. And honestly, I would say the same thing is true for banner patterns. Banner patterns still don't feel right for Minecraft to me, but ultimately, like, as Minecraft develops, more and more things probably need to feel like mods, at least a little bit. I think feeling vanilla eventually is the important thing, and if after 10 years, we still feel like something's a mod, like pistons don't feel Minecrafty. If you felt that now, that would be a bad sign, but after all these years, pistons are an inherent part of the game, even though they started life as a Minecraft mod, and in the same way, maybe armor trimming will become such a natural part of the game that we'll see it as not mod-like at all, but just a normal part of customizing your character. I hope that's what happens. Right now, I feel like armor trimming has like two pathways it can go down. Because either armor trimming is going to become one of those features that is essential for players that people are excited to do, or it's going to become one of those features where it's like, yeah, armor trimming exists. I mean, it looks cool for late game servers, but it's just a pain for all players otherwise. I would hope that it becomes something where you have the choice to do it, but also players just kind of leave it to the side as a fun out there feature. But I also hope that this is the start of a bunch of exploration-based features, but maybe I'm hoping too much. What are you hoping for? Let me know in the comments. And also let me know if you're having a good Saturday. I know I am. I also know I'm looking forward to Minecraft Legends, and I'm looking forward mostly to, honestly, what am I looking forward to now? I guess January being over. I hear February is a good month. I'm going back to the US, so that's going to be fun. And so my next Q&A... No, wait, maybe not my next Q&A. I'm going to be in the US for a little bit. I could give you a whole life update about what's going on there sometime. But for now, just know I'm having a very strange lifetime. But that will involve driving in the US in miles per hour. And maybe you'll see part of that in a video. Maybe not on this channel, though. I don't know how this works. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you in the next one. Unless we all have tragic house fires. If only there was a way to avoid that. I won't reference it here, though, because people get mad. Because I'll see you next time. Bye.